Students, so students, as you know, we had started the topic classification of account. Okay, so in that we already discussed the personal account and impersonal account. Under impersonal account we discuss its first part, that is the first part, that is real account. Okay, so now today topic is the second type of impersonal account is nominal account. Okay, nominal account. So first we understand the meaning of nominal account. Okay, so meaning. So what is nominal account? Nominal account record all, write it down. Nominal account record all income and gains, income or gains income or gains and expenses and losses. Okay, so for which nominal accounts are maintained, nominal account record all income or gains, okay, and expenses and losses. As comparison to, we said that personal account deal with the account of individual, firm, okay, industries. And under this real account deal with the account of assets of the company. And the last type of nominal account is it record all incomes or gain, expenses or losses of the company, of a firm or a trader. We also can say that record all income and expenses and losses of traders. I am giving some examples of nominal account. Okay, so example of nominal account. Okay, so under example I am also classifying the expense or income wise. Okay, so first is expenses, account of expenses or losses. Okay, so the account of expenses like salary account, because salary is paid, so that is the expense, salary account is there. Rent is paid, rent account. Wages, rent account, wages account. Or if we consider the losses, and then loss due to fire, loss due to theft, because all these losses are measurable in term of money, so that we can treat these losses. Okay, and also in these losses are recorded under the nominal account. We also have loss due to fire account and loss due to theft account. Okay, we also attach the word account here because under nominal account of these expenses are made. Okay, so these are the examples of expenses. Okay, expenses account or losses account. Now the income or gains account. Example of income, like what income or gains accounts are prepared under nominal account. Okay, so income and gains, like we can say that a first example, like income received on interest, like interest received, we can say that interest received, because interest received when we are giving some of our surplus money to someone else. Okay, so at that amount we can receive the interest also, principal amount as well as, but the interest is also. So interest received is our income. Next is commission received. So commission is also income. Commission means when we work as an intermediate in some activity. Okay, for that purpose, if the activity is achieved this end, okay, that after that we can receive some money. That money we call commission. Okay, so discount received. So discount received. So discount received is also our income, because when the seller allow us discount, okay, he takes less amount from us. Okay, if the price of good is 12, okay, if the price of good is 12 and he sell this good at rupees 10 to us, okay, so we save rupees 2. Okay, so rupees 2 is our income. because that income we classified as discount received of rupees 2. So this is the income. We also attach the word account because in nominal account accounts of income are made. Okay, so income or gains account are interest received account, commission received account, discount received account. Okay, so there are number of accounts, okay, which can be related to the income. Okay, so all these are prepared under nominal account. I repeat the meaning of nominal account. In nominal account record all income or gains and expenses and losses of the trader. Okay, the rule of nominal account. Rule. So listen the rule attentively. The rule of nominal account is debit all expenses and losses. Debit all expenses and losses on credit all incomes and gains. Okay, so rule of nominal account is debit all expenses and losses, okay, and credit all incomes and gains. So this is the rule. Okay, so according to that rule, the expenses, the number of expenses which are incurred by the business or the trader, we have to debit all these expenses in the entries, okay, in the accounts also. If there is an income or gain related to the trader, to that income and gain should be credited. Clear? Now we are taking some example to understand this rule. Clear? Writing some example of transactions. Okay, so those transactions we understood that which accounts are involved in these transactions and what these accounts should be debited or credited. Clear? So the first example transaction is, first is rent paid rupees 500. Okay, so here what expenses is? It is rent. Okay, so now you have to assume that rent paid rupees 500 is in form of cash. Okay, so rupees 500 is paid in form of cash. Okay, so now look at, there are two accounts are involved. Okay, first is the rent account. So rent is the expense because that word is attached paid. Okay, so rent is the expense and the cash account is also here. So two accounts are there. First, if we consider the rent account, okay, so rent account is nominal account. We can say that rent account is expense or it is nominal account. So according to rule, all expenses are and losses are debited. So rent account is debit. Now the second account is cash account. So cash account is real account. Listen it carefully. Cash account is real account. So don't think that that in every transaction the nominal accounts aspects are all included. Okay, so in one transaction maybe two accounts. There are two accounts are not maybe. Absolutely there are two accounts. Okay, so two accounts may be nominal account or real account, nominal account or personal account, or real account or personal account. Clear? So rent account, expenses, rent account is expense. Okay, so it is nominal and it is debited because all expenses are debited. Now it is cash account. Okay, so cash account is according to the, when we study the real account, on that cash is included because cash is the asset of the company, of the trader. So cash account is real account. Okay, real account. So according to real account, the rule of real account, I am writing here the rule. What comes in debit, okay, and what goes out is credit. I am recalling the rule for your understanding. What goes out? Credit. Okay. So according to the rule, the cash is the real account, or a rule of real account is what comes in debit. But here the cash was outgoing from the business because cash is paid in form of rent. Okay. So cash account is real account because cash it is paid in form of rent. So that is why the cash account is credit. Okay. So I repeat this example. Rent paid rupees 500. So 500 is paid in form of cash. Okay. So the trader paid rupees 500 in form of cash. Okay. So first we consider the rent account. So rent is expense. Okay. So rent account is nominal account. So according to the rule, debit all expenses. That is why we debit the rent account. Second is cash account. So cash account is real account. According to real account, all the assets. Okay. So cash account is real account. And why we credit cash account? Because according to the rule, what goes out, according to the real account rule, what goes out is credit. Okay. So cash is goes out because the trader paid cash. Trader paid cash to in the trader paid rent in form of cash. So that is why cash account is credited. Now the another example. Okay. So here the example number 2. Okay. So we can say that salary paid rupees 1000 by check. Okay. So now listen it carefully. Two accounts are involved here, salary and check. So as you know, salary is paid. So salary paid is expense. Okay. And the check denoted here the bank. Okay. So check denoted the bank. So salary paid is expense. Okay. So expense is recorded under nominal account. So according to nominal account, all expenses are debit. Okay. So when we consider the bank is the asset of the trader. So assets are recorded under real account. So according to the rule, if I am recalling the rules, according to the rule, what comes in debit and what goes up credit. Okay. So salary paid by rupees 1000 by check. So salary is paid by issuing a check, and which institute issue the check? By bank. So if I have a bank account in the bank, okay, so the money goes out from my bank account. Okay, so the money goes out from my bank account. So bank is the asset. So assets are recorded under real account. So according to real account, what goes out is credit, because I am paying the check. Okay, I am paying the check to pay the salary. So according in my account, the 1000 is debited. So don't be confused. So 1000 is deducted from my account. Okay, so means 1000 is going out from my account. That is why we credit. Okay, so this is the one example. So now the next examples are related to the income. Okay. Okay, so I'm writing here that interest received rupees 1000. Okay, that's it. So interest received rupees 1000. So here interest is received, so it is the income. So incomes are recorded under nominal account. Okay, so under nominal account, what is the rule of nominal account? That credit all income and gains. So income is the income. We write the income as credit, because under the nominal account, income is nominal account. So under nominal account, income is credited. And now rupees 1000. Now we have to assume that we received the interest. Okay, we received the income of the interest in form of cash. So here cash account. So now we receiving it. Okay. So cash is the asset. It is the current asset, na? So cash is the asset. Assets are recorded under real account. Okay. So according to the now listen it carefully. Now interest is received means cash is received, na? Rupees 1000 is received. Okay. So rupees 1000 is received. Now I am recalling the rule for your understanding that what comes in debit. Comes in debit. The rule of real account. Okay. Rule of real account. What comes in debit and what goes out credit. Okay. So cash is the asset. Asset is recorded under real account. So according to the real account, so in this transaction cash is received. So according to this, what comes in debit? Okay, so cash is received now. So it is debit here. Okay. So interest received, it is income, it is nominal account. That's why we credited it. Now rupees 1000 received in form of cash. Okay, because nothing else is written here. So in form of cash, cash is the current asset. Okay, so current asset, whether current or non-current, it is recorded under real account. Okay, so under real account, according to the real account, what comes in debit? So cash is received by the trader, so it is debited here. Okay. Now the another example of income is we can write a commission received. Commission received rupees 500 in by check. Okay, so now the commission received is the income here. Okay, so income is recorded under nominal account. So according to the rule of nominal account, credit all income and gains. So income is the gain income. So commission received is the gain or the income of the trader because he received it. Okay, so it is nominal account. So income is under nominal account, it is credited. Okay, so now rupees 500 by check. So by check means commission received by check means in form of check. So when we receive the commission in form of check, na, when deposited the check in our bank, okay, so that it can be encashed. Okay, so now what we do, we deposit the check. Okay, we deposit the check in the bank. So now who received in what form the commission is received? Commission is received in form of check means in our bank account. Okay, so bank is the, so as you know, bank is the real account. So first of all, bank is the non-current asset. Okay, so asset are recorded under real account. Okay, so under real account, what comes in? Because now we received the commission, we received the income in form of check or in our bank account. So it is received, it come in the business. So what comes in? It is debited. It is debit. Okay, so I hope this example is clear. Commission received is income. Income is treated under nominal account and it is credited. Rupees 500 by check means here the bank is dealing with. So bank is the asset, non-current asset. So it is the real account. So all the assets are recorded under real account. And according to the rule of real account, what comes in? Debit. That's why we debited the bank account. Clear? Listen it carefully. In every transaction, there may be two accounts are involved. Okay, there may be when we discuss the nominal account here, we also can say that the example like salary paid by Ram. So I am in my previous examples, I am using the two accounts, nominal accounts and real accounts. Okay, so nominal accounts are also recorded with personal account also. Like say if the transaction is salary paid by Ram. salary paid, we can say salary rupees, paid rupees 1000 by Ram. Okay, so this is the transaction. Now you consider that salary paid is expense. Okay, it is expense. Expenses are under nominal account. I am giving this example for your understanding to clear that there are two accounts are involved in every transaction. These transaction may be nominal or personal, nominal or real. Okay, so nominal account, under nominal account expenses are debited. Now Ram, rupees 1000 paid by Ram. So Ram is the personal account. Okay, so Ram is we can say that Ram is a personal account. Okay, so according to the personal account, he is the giver because Ram gives 1000 to someone else as a form of salary. Okay, so Ram is the personal account. According to the personal account, giver is the creditor. Okay, so according to the personal account, the rule of the personal account is, so I am recalling the rule of personal account: debit the receiver and credit the giver. So here Ram is the giver na, so that's why we credited to Ram. Okay, so Ram account is credited here. Okay, so in nominal account there is a personal account also included. Okay, so you have to understand each and every aspect of transaction, and you have to recall the rules of these personal, nominal and real, so that you can make these transactions. You can